Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from virtual Pocono Raceway. Trucks are ready to battle for round number 23 of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series on your home for sim racing, LSR TV. 200 miles, 80 laps await the drivers of this series as the playoffs are looming ever so closer. We welcome you to the virtual Tricky Triangle Pocono Raceway. I am Wesley Outland, joined in the booth alongside is Greg Rentz, Charles Wooten in the production chair for LSR TV. Greg, Pocono, what can we say about this place? It could be a super speedway. You could drive it like a cookie cutter track. You could drive it like a short track. It could have many caution flags. It could have the long green flag run. Should be interesting here this evening.
The Tricky Triangle, Wesley, here in the Pocono Mountains in beautiful Pennsylvania. 80 laps on the docket tonight and a very tricky racetrack for this one, Wesley. 3 turns that drive very, very differently from each other, modeled after 3 other tracks in this great nation. And they put all 3 of them together along with a very, very long front stretch and made this incredible triangle racetrack. What turn 4 here? They're going 3 turns for 80 laps here tonight.
Truck, yeah, exactly. As Aunt Kathy always loves to hear me say, the trucks will be coming here on the racetrack at Pocono Raceway here in just a couple of moments. The drivers' meeting is currently ongoing as you look at some of the beautiful shots of the facility. Here's tonight's race information presented by RaceOnTexas.com. By the way, don't forget to get you one of those speed passes for all the great content that they always provide throughout the weekend. 1 hour practice. It is officially about to wrap up here. Qualifying is ongoing after the conclusion of the drivers' meeting, 2-lap qualifying, and that will set the field for 200 miles, 80 laps around the 2.5-mile Pocono Raceway. So there you go. That's the breakdown of how everything will go here this evening.
Looking forward to it. 80 laps the distance tonight. But Wesley, you said this track has a tendency to get the long green flag run. We'll see how it goes tonight. But as we enter tonight, a caution-free race is very much a possibility every time you come here to Pocono.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely interesting to see how things develop. And as we currently await the end of the drivers' meeting and we prepare for race number 23 on the schedule, we take off next Thursday. Then we come back to the Daytona Road Course. Then you got Talladega, and these are wild cards, if you will, October 1st, October 8th. And then we prepare for the playoffs on October the 15th at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And then that quest begins to decide who will be the champion. So by virtue of being in the top 20 in the points, obviously getting wins, you want to do everything you can to make that long stretch. We got drivers that are on the outside looking in, Greg, that all they need is a good run or a good point stay, and they're in the playoffs. Right now, Caden Anderson on the bubble.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes from here. Caden Anderson not in the field right now in that number 37, so we'll see if he makes it in. Drivers meeting wrapping up. Qualifying going to be starting here shortly, Wesley, as the final few details of drivers meeting are making it in. Couple late entries into the field. Dennis Moore and Stephen Paulison have unloaded here after practice. They're going to turn their first laps of the night here in qualifying, so we'll see how it goes for them. And Paulison actually is just backed out of the race, so Steve Paulison dropping out of the session in his number 58. That's big because he's had some good runs in the Truck Series on Thursdays.
He certainly has. That's some bad luck for Stephen Paulison of the number 58 Jim Bean entry. Hopefully he can get back in here. Hopefully it's just an error. He is currently sixth in the standings. While we have a couple more minutes before qualifying does officially get on track here at Pocono at the Tricky Triangle, let's look at the point standings now as we're into race number 22 complete. This is race number 23 on the schedule here this evening with the Pocono 200. Right now, Dan West Jr., the man that's leading the way, not just in the Cup Series, but also in the Truck Series. 3 wins, 5 poles, 10 top 5s, and 18 top 10s for the driver leading the way. Second in the points, just 26 back, is Sean Brightsman, who has had 6 wins, 1 pole, 11 top 5s, and 15 top 10s. Then you've got Seth Frazier. He's had 5 wins on the season, no poles, 12 top 5s, and 14 top 10s, 32 back, along with 44 back Christopher White with 2 wins, 4 poles, 11 top 5s, 16 top 10s. And Jeff Stabnow, who has kind of been on this roller coaster ride recently to round out the top 5, Greg, he jumped a spot negative. He was 4th in the standings last week. He's fell back to 5th tonight for this race with only 2 wins, 2 poles, 6 top 5s, and 13 top 10s. So, and then, of course, we mentioned Paulison, Audenbacher, Bozer, Burke, Tidrick, all of these drivers trying to make a run for victory to at least advance to the playoffs.
So definitely going to see how it goes here at Pocono, Wesley, with playoffs on the cusp here in the Northwest Truck Series. Going to be a spectacular race here tonight at Pocono. 80 laps of distance, of course, waiting on qualifying. And Wesley, talk a little bit about the layout of the track. We mentioned it a little bit. It's a triangle, but all 3 corners are modeled after a completely different racetrack.
Yeah, I mean, Pocono Raceway, just such a unique racetrack, like you just said. I mean, it's basically a mind of its own in so many characteristics, the way that this facility was built, the way that it's made, and it's just a very you know, you could have what we could talk about. You could talk about the Tricky Triangle. You could talk about the Long Pond straightaway, the Andretti Road. Believe it or not, there's even a road course inside of this place. But, you know, this racetrack is 2.5 miles, obviously. You know, the corners in turns number 1 are 14 degrees. Turn number 2, the Long Pond straightaway, ranges 8 degrees. Then they move into turn number 3 at a 6-degree turn. So the tracks are completely different from every spectrum of the grid, as we've said before, Greg. So these drivers got to know how to hit their marks, and they got to stay out of trouble.
Stay out of trouble, going to be the key here at Pocono, especially in the early stages of a run, because if these trucks can get spread out, they will be rolling here pretty well. So if they get spread out and we can get some green flag runs in, this race could go relatively quickly.
And by the way, remember when you were talking about on the introduction how the tracks were modeled after 3 other facilities? Well, here they are. The track, of course, in turn number 1 is 14 degrees of banking, modeled after Trenton Speedway. turn number 2, it's 8 degrees of banking. Again, the tunnel turn modeled after the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in Speedway, Indiana. And then another track, an historic facility, the Milwaukee Mile in turn number 3 is 6 degrees of banking. So that right there is kind of what makes it so unique.
And we gotta love the fact that the developers who've developed this historic racetrack too, this has been a staple on the NASCAR schedule for years and years and years. And it's awesome that they were able to put it all together here and make this incredible facility. Track has just opened up for qualifying, Wesley, so drivers are taking to the track for their first qualifying laps of the night. Still waiting to see who's going to be the first one out. Looks like it's going to be Ryan Maines in the number 13 rolling out on track in his Atari Chevy Silverado.
Yeah, it looks like there's about 22 entries that are here this evening ready to go. And there goes the Atari, again, number 13 of Ryan Maines. He will set the bar. Again, you'll randomly see these trucks pop up on the server. And we had a little iRacing issues in the previous broadcast. Hopefully, we've done some reboots and resets. I know Charles Wooten has, and hopefully things are back and going again. But there's Ryan Maines working his way down the Indianapolis Motor Speedway backstretch, if you want to call that the Long Pond straightaway.
Into turn number 3. He's going to come out and get the run off turn 3 towards the finish line. Again, what turn 4 here at Pocono down this very long 2,700 foot front stretch. There's the stripe right there. It is still a long way down here to turn number 1, which he is just going to get to now into number 13. That is a long front stretch here at Pocono, 2,700 feet.
Into turn number 1 that resembles the Trenton Speedway. They'll work their way off of turn number 1 down the straightaway. The Long Pond straightaway, if you will. Into turn number 2. Coming up on the second turn. This is the tunnel turn that we were reiterating on. And then they'll work their way down this straightaway. And this is the straightaway that kind of mimics the Milwaukee Mile. Going into turn number 3 off of 6 degrees of banking. Back down the front straightaway. And Ryan Maines currently the only truck out here getting the courage, Greg, to take time in truck 13 currently.
He's going to set the bar at a 55.181. Sean Brightsman just now rolling off pit road in his number 46 LSR TV Toyota. Leads the Cup Series and wins, but only a couple here on the Truck Series side. See how he can fare here as a couple more drivers now setting time. Quick time so far is the 41 of Stephen O'Hare, who's 54.435 sets the bar.
And as you're looking at the ticker on the upper left of the monitor, you're actually seeing the difference of the intervals from the pole position down the line, down the scoring pylon. As right now, Stephen O'Hare, there's his truck number 41 on the speedway. We mentioned him a few moments ago. Stephen O'Hare currently is 12th in the standings. Out of 18 starts, no wins, 1 pole, 3 top 5s and 8 top 10s for the driver. 21 back in the positions to go in the 12th standings right now for Stephen O'Hare. As we watch his truck, here comes a couple of others. Down the front straightaway, there's the man for West Racing, Dan West Jr. He's been on a tear, Greg. He won Eldor. He won the other night. Let's see what he can do here at Pocono in the trucks.
Leads the Truck Series in victories with 8 on the year, Wesley. He
Won
goes
North
second,
Wilkesboro.
54.767 winner at Wilkesboro on Monday night in the Cup Series for his 3rd win on the Cup side. 8 wins in the trucks, including 2 in a row entering tonight's race at Pocono. We'll see if Dan West Jr. can make it a 3-peat in that number 55.
And I honestly didn't realize this. He went on a slump for a while before winning in the Northwest iRacing Cup Series. Because, and the reason why I was like, what do you mean? Because he's been winning in the trucks. He's been doing so good. In that 55 entry for West Racing, as here he comes down the front straightaway. O'Hare and West, can he bump him? Will it happen?
No, he's already gotten 2 laps, so that would not have counted as he is just clicking off extra practice laps right now. His second lap was the 54.767. How about Dan Lowther in third right now at a 54.974? Good lap for him there to jump into third.
Yeah, definitely happy for him. And here comes Jeff Stabnow, the Waltz Beard LSR TV Ford. Number 24, Stabnow, 5th in the standings. He fell back 1 spot in the points last week. He was 4th, now he's in 5th. 2 wins on the season, 2 poles, 6 top 5s, and 13 top 10s for the driver.
And he did not like what he got. The good news for him there, Wesley, was he did not cross the finish line, so he's going to have an entirely different setup, or an entirely different shot to set it up again. Hard reset for Stabnow here, as about 5 minutes remain in qualifying.
On the clock, we'll see what they can do here. Watching them here. Stabnow setting the bar. We'll see what he can do. Jeff Stabnow, 2nd in the standings. 6 wins, 10 poles, 11 top 5, 17 top 10s. My apologies, I was pulled up with the Northwest Cup Series statistics. My bad. I'm not going to lie to you, Greg. I've been up since 7 o'clock this morning, drove all the way from North Carolina up to Kentucky, did the World of Thunder race solo, kind of laid down and took me a cat nap, and then kind of just got the computer set up and ready to go for tonight. So I was looking at the Northwest. I was looking at the Northwest Cup statistics instead of the truck stats. So my apologies on that.
It's all good. Things happen here, especially in the world of racing. We know how that goes. So Stabnow takes the green flag to start his first lap. He's chasing 2-time winner here in the Truck Series this season, Stephen O'Hare, on the pole right now. Sean Brightsman goes to 2nd at a 54.680. Brightsman a couple wins as well. And he knows how to get it done, especially on a gamble. He loves to roll the dice, and will we see that tonight at Pocono?
Yeah, by the way, Dan West Jr., 8 wins, 3 poles, 14 top 5s, and 18 top 10s for the driver of the number 55. Jeff Stabnow just a moment ago, 6 wins, 10 poles, 11 top 5s, and 17 top 10s. So we're caught back up now for those drivers. Stabnow just finishing up with his qualifying time. And honestly, there's about 4 minutes remaining. Any other takers going to come out? This is just practice laps for Jeff now.
Well, Robert Gambill, Dennis Moore, and others having some issues with practice, or with the connection right now. Stephen Paulson having issues as well. Jeff Stabnow still has yet to take a time, as he has not completed a lap yet in qualifying, and he's only going to get 1 more shot at it, as he did take the green flag before having the incident in practice. Remember, Wesley, he spends so much time working his race setup, kind of struggles on the qualifying setup if he doesn't get enough laps in as a mock run to understand what the truck is going to do. Remember, open setups here in the Northwest Truck Series, you can run a different setup in qualifying than you do in the race. And Jeff Stabnow has had some really bad luck with the qualifying set, and again in turn 3 has a bobble, so it looks like Jeff Stabnow is not going to have a lap.
He is not happy with that truck, Greg. You can definitely tell that for sure. Definitely that truck is ill handling and aggravating for the driver of the number 24. So up next is Moore in the number 34 entry. We'll see what he can do.
New look for Dennis Moore as well. We're used to seeing him in the Atlanta Braves truck. New look for him this week at Pocono.
Yes, sir. Dennis Moore currently 29th in the standings out of 5 races. He's making his 6th start tonight. 1 top 5 and 3 top 10s for
Does not get a lap
racing.
either lap. He just completed the 2nd lap and did not get a lap either time, so he's going to have to start at the tail end of the field also.
O'Hare, Brightsman, Dan West, Lowther, Ryan Maines, the top 5. King, White, Vining. Then you got Nichols, followed by Burke, Harris, and Audenbacher. Right now, the drivers that are currently in the top 12 in qualifying as it stands. And under 2 minutes remaining. It's football season again, Greg. We got the 2-minute warning. We got 2 minutes left to qualify.
Yep, and 14 drivers have taken time, and no sign of anyone else that can get a lap in time coming out. So it looks like those are the 14 that are going to get time, unless Jeff Stabnow can get a lap in here. He's off turn 3, going to take the green flag or the white flag this time. So this is it. Stabnow's got to nail it on this lap to try to get a lap in.
Let's see what he does. One more shot at it, as you said, Greg. He struggled twice.
Yeah, this is it. Money time for Stabnow if he can get a lap in.
What kind of adjustment can he make quickly to get back out here on the track to try to qualify before the clock runs out, Greg? What do you think he did?
Don't know what he could have done in that quick, but he definitely made some adjustment because he looked a lot happier with the truck, going to be able to come down. And unless something happens right here, this has been his trouble spot. Turn 3 looks pretty good there, so it looks like whatever happened in qualifying didn't happen there. I'm almost wondering, Wesley, if he just said, I'm going to just go with my racing setup and throw a little bit extra tape on the grill to go out. He goes third.
Look at that. Right before the clock runs out, Jeff Stabnow will bump to third and put West to fourth.
But it looks like it's going to be another pole for Stephen O'Hare in the number 41, who has had a lot of speed in that 41 Ford F-150. Has had a couple wins as well. Another one coming up here tonight at Pocono. We'll see.
And they'll be gritting. They'll get ready to go racing. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with the starting lineup on LSR TV from Pocono. The trucks at Pocono ready to go 200 miles here for round number 23 of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series on your home for sim racing. Greg Rentz, Wesley Outland, Charles Wooten in the production chair behind the toe of the Ford Mustang iRacing pace car. We are set to introduce the starting lineup for this event here from Pocono. Row number 1, Stephen O'Hare. Another pole for him on the trucks in truck number 41 to his outside. Sean Breitzman, Toyota number 46, the starting lineup, by the way, presented by Waltz Beard Co.
It'll be Jeff Stabnow in row number 2 after having the qualifying issues earlier. He'll roll off alongside Dan West Jr., the two winningest drivers in the series, make up row 2.
And if you've ever wondered what some of these drivers look like, they've got some of the pictures there. Dan Lowther in the 63, he'll fire off in 5th. Ryan Maines in the 6th position outside row 3.
Tyler King Racetrack making up the 7th position with Chris White, two-time winner in the Cup Series, still looking for that first truck win of the year. He will roll off in 8th.
Row number 5 is going to find James Vining, the Catman, along with Gary Nichols in the 8 machine as the field rolls off the pit lane.
You've got Carl Burke Frank Harris making up row number 6.
Row number 7, John Ottenbacher in the 89 and Dan Stuza in the 78.
Final car to take time was Toby Riders in the number 15, where you'll find Dennis Moore, who is outside in 16th.
Looks like we also had Stephen Paulus in there, but also we have Ray Fournier in the 19th position. Tom Green, and not the actor, the 77, he'll start 20th. And Robert Gamble will tag the back in truck number 54. So there's the starting lineup for the race. Before we get this race underway, why don't we grab a quick word real fast with the pole truck as he gets ready to go to racing. On the pole, the number 41, Stephen O'Hare. Stephen, ready to bring the field to the green. A good, strong run for you. Looking for another win tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a fast truck. Got lucky with a pretty quick qual lap there. So it's a long race. I think we'll take our time and try to maintain some track position and hopefully finish the thing out in front.
All right, go get him. 200 miles, 80 laps, a long way to go. Thank you. Stephen O'Hare, ready to go there in truck number 41. By the way, communications with driver is presented by Clan Wars Servers. Here they come, pace truck and the pace car, ready to bring the pace and the leaders to the line. Here we go, green flag in the air. We're kicking the asphalt, Pocono on the tricky triangle. We're underway. Opening lap, O'Hare, Stabnow, West Jr., and we have a race here at Pocono. Greg, they lead, now single file, back to turn one.
O'Hare leading the way, but he's got the two winningest drivers in the series behind him. Stabnow, West, O'Hare. Wesley, there are 20 wins this season represented by those three drivers. 18 wins represented with those three drivers right there.
Yeah, what stats for these guys, man? I'm telling you. Some true fabric virtual competitors right there. O'Hare, Stabnow, West. You got a man like, King. He wants to have a shot on the podium now to win. And here they come into turn number 3, which resembles Milwaukee Mile, 6 degrees off turn number 3. What turn 4? As my colleague Greg said earlier, here they come roaring down the straightaway at speeds of almost 170 miles an hour, more in the draft. And as I said, Greg, I know this is not labeled as a super speedway, but honestly, you could drive it like a super speedway here at Pocono.
You can drive it like a super speedway, or you can drive it like a road course. This is such a unique track. I wonder, Wesley, how many drivers are shifting right now? This is something you don't normally see on a track with only left turns. I'm not going to say an oval because this is without a doubt not an oval. This is a triangle, but shifting can happen here at this racetrack. I wonder how many, if any, of our drivers are doing that.
Might ride on board with some of these drivers here along the way and see who is actually doing the shifting king routine here as Stephen O'Hare. And let's see, riding on board with now Jeff Stabnow. Waltz Beard Co. Ford number 24. Don't see any shifting going on. He's wide open, Greg.
All right, so we know Stabnow's not. Wonder if anyone will try it throughout the course of the day. Stabnow's thinking a peek inside of Stephen O'Hare. Remember, these two have a lot of history this season, Wesley.
Yes.
They've had more than a couple run-ins this season, so got to keep that in the back of their mind as West Jr. comes up and says hello.
You got to wonder why I call Stabnow the possum. And here's a prime example. Struggled in practice, struggled in qualifying, went to the top of the board with his last chance saloon on the clock. And now he is battling for the lead with O'Hare in the opening 5 laps here as they come to the line at Pocono.
Side-by-side battle going on back for the 5th position between Dan Lowther and James Vining. That's, I believe, the only side-by-side battle going on right now on the racetrack as they battle for the 5th and final spot in that top 5 right now. Lowther has it. Vining wants it, but Vining with a slide there into turn number 1. Nice save by the Catman.
Yeah, James Vining making a move there, making it stick as here they come with Ryan Maines up against the wall. Dan Lowther behind him. As Carl Burke is behind those drivers, as that's a battle going on inside the top 10. That is for 8th, 9th, 10th, and 7th with Vining. And they work their way back around off of that second turn through the tunnel turn. This straightaway reminds everybody a lot of Indianapolis as we just saw Sean Breitzman bounce off the wall.
Breitzman's trying to recover on the kick in the asphalt segment. You saw Breitzman fall all the way from the outside front row to around 20th. Has already fought back to 12th, trying to get Dennis Moore and Gary Nichols right now. Excuse me, that's John Ottenbacher. They're 3 wide here. This is for 10th on the chart right now between Breitzman, Moore, and Ottenbacher. Somebody's got to give when they get down into turn 1. Looks like it's going to be Moore that gives.
And I know there's 2 purple trucks there. The one on the bottom was the 46 of Breitzman. As that goes on, we got a battle for the lead. That was inside the top 10. This is now for P1. Help with a draft, if you will, like Daytona or Talladega. Dan West Jr. pushing Stabnow around O'Hare to take the lead.
Nice job by Stabnow there to get the run with the help from West Jr., but West now falls back into the clutches of O'Hare's teammate Tyler King, who has crept up into this now. So as they come off of turn number 3, Jeff Stabnow going to lead the lap here to start lap number 7. West getting close to the wall there, and he's now trying to get a run on O'Hare.
Well, I thought West was about to eat the concrete there. He held on to it. We're working lap number 7 of 80, still in the opening go of things. And let's be honest, we could see a long green flag run. And we've also been told that the pit stops for tires and fuel will probably be around the 30 lap range, 30 to 35 laps is when they're going to have to take on tires and fuel. Greg, what's your thoughts on that?
If this goes green, that means we're setting up for a 2-stop race, Wesley, if this thing goes green. But you know as well as I do, every chance you get for tires, you're going to take it. We'll talk about that in a minute because here comes West Jr. to the inside of Stabnow. Stabnow going to lead 1 lap before West Jr. able to get up there. Dan West Jr., 8 wins on the year. He's going to lead this lap looking for 9.
Yes, sir. Looking for the lead. Trying to size him up for that top spot as they'll work their way back down the straightaway.
We got a hornet's nest back here from 5th on back, Wesley. Look at this.
Holy cow.
I believe this is on board with Dan Lowther in the 63. You're looking at the back bumper there as James Vining went to the inside. Ryan Maines up there, Dennis Moore up there, Sean Breitzman. They're 3 wide because why not here in this one. Chris White up there as well, Ottenbacher. This is insane racing. This is for 5th.
Whoa! A wiggle and a jiggle and a giggle and a bobble as they go into that turn. Hold on to it. Ottenbacher in the wall.
And Lowther loose. Hangs on to it.
Woo!
They are dicing right here.
Man, that could have been a bad wreck right there. They hold it together. No caution. But that could have been scary. Let's take a look at that on a swag instant replay, shall we? In the production truck. They're getting the replay set up here as they roar down the front straightaway. Watch this, Greg Rance. You called it.
So Ottenbacher going to get the wall right there. Saw him kind of push up the track, and right in front of him at the same time, Dan Lowther kind of slipping and sliding right there. You saw the tail end of it. Vining able to get the spot. This is outstanding racing here at Pocono.
Slip sliding away and keeping it off of the wall. Good piece of driving by all those guys.
Here. They just came off the tunnel turn, and they are 3 wide once again. White, Maines, and Lowther now 3 wide. Breitzman's gotten around all these guys and is now trying to track down James Vining for 5th.
What's that old cliche? They're just picking up where they left off. Still a lot of racing left to go here. Just picking up where they left off. Thanks for joining us on LSR TV social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at LSR TV. And of course, also on YouTube. Become a subscriber. Follow us, but also subscribe to YouTube and get up to the minute, you know, all the race content. Greg, there's so many cool things coming. I mean, Great stuff in the works, and of course, you know, Swag's doing well. The
Caution.
Northwest Cup and Truck Series well. Then we got a caution.
Our first caution today, and it might
Lowther?
stand Lowther in the 63. He's got a lot of damage. I think he may have gotten a little bit too loose and may have caught the wall with the right rear. Let's take a look at it. I believe it happened towards turn 1.
Right around that pack of traffic that we were just referring about with Carl Burke and Audenbacher.
Ooh, some contact with Audenbacher.
Yeah, just got to the left rear. Good piece of driving, though, by Dan Lowther to keep it off the wall.
Kept it off the wall. Nicely done by Lowther, but it was enough to trigger caution, and we go yellow for the first time on lap number 10.
So do they come to the pits, Greg? That's the question. Is it too early?
I think they might come to the pits now. I think they will, but you never know. But I think for sure we're going to see some trucks on pit road.
Well, they'll catch the pace car. When they circle back around, they'll decide if they're going to pit or not. And we'll have it for you on LSR TV after a quick timeout.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Hey, by the way, for more information on how to start your iRacing career, log on to iRacing.com. Whether you want to run in dirt like you saw earlier tonight for the Speed Week World of Thunder, or running with the Northwest iRacing Truck and Cup Series, I know they welcome you. iRacing.com. Log on and get signed up. Pit stops are open, Greg. They're coming your way. Oh,
Here they come.
Somebody played possum. Was that O'Hare?
Stephen O'Hare, 41, pole sitter. Playing possum, deciding, you know what, I'm going to stay out there. Meanwhile, the rest of them coming down. This pit road is so long, they're just now getting to their pit stalls. And you're going to see your drivers make their way in, and here we go. We're going to pull into their stalls. The right side tires are going to go up. Nice overhead shot there of our race leader at time of caution damage. Dan Lowther sliding through his pit stall in the 63.
Oh, no.
He's got to get that fast repair, and then he'll get the 4 fresh tires as the rest of the field going down. I think Audenbacher may have gambled as well. Who was that who beat Audenbacher out there? Perhaps the 19, Toby Ritter, who's making his debut tonight, I believe, in the series, gambling a little bit to win the race off pit road there.
So Stephen O'Hare, Toby Ritter's up 13 spots. John Audenbacher up 10. He'll come out third, followed by Dan West Jr. Jeff Stabnow, he lost 2 spots coming into the pits, and losing 4 is also Sean Breitzman, Ryan Maines, Tyler King, James Viney, and Corey Walters. Caution coming out after an accident involving Dan Lowther. He'll now stay in the 16th position. Still a lot of racing left to go, just under 70 remaining at Pocono.
As a cycle under caution. These cautions can take a while, Wesley, so while we're there, let's talk a little bit about some of the stuff that's coming up here on LSR TV, because like you said, we got a lot, and there's a lot coming to you in the next couple days.
Well, let's see. Let's reset. Tentatively, Swag might be announcing an invitational for the E300, a late model invitational race. $100 to win, guaranteed starter spot in the E300. We'll have details on that hopefully very soon. Sunday, playoffs for the Adrenaline iRacing League, 6:30 Eastern. Then, later on after that will be the Stadium Super Truck Series that our LSR TV promotes. Live Sim Racing Stadium Super Truck Series immediately following, also on CRN. Then on Monday, the new No Limit Racing Cup Series. We're going to pick up from round 3, or round 4 actually, of the No Limit Racing Pro Cup Series. That will be at Talladega on Monday night. They have over 40 cars that will be already entered for this race. Brandon Frontapple, a buddy of mine from back in the day in my first tenure at Ounce and iRacing, he does not play around, Greg. He has put together a well-oiled machine series just like the Northwest Truck and Cup Series, and that will launch on Monday night, 8/7 Central. Immediately following will be us. I'll be in the pits. Justin Prince, Greg Rentz will be in the booth for Pocono for the Northwest iRacing Cup Series. Then, Tuesday, the Swag Short Track Cup All-Star Challenge from Nashville. Wednesday, the Butt Kicker 200, Greg, from Bristol, and the CRN $75 to win Money Dash. Then, Thursday, the All-Star Race for the AMA Next Gen Challenge Series from Lucas Oil Raceway in Indianapolis. And we are off for the Northwest iRacing Truck Series next Thursday. That's your schedule coming up on your home for sim racing.
Going to be a wild week here on LSR TV. And it's been a wild week with that dirt track speed week. I've been really enjoying tuning into those broadcasts.
Could have really used your help tonight, but being solo was not fun, but we made the best of it. So
yeah, I wasn't aware that you were going to be going solo. I would have jumped in and helped out.
Yes, I was like, is nobody available? So yeah, but Chris Nunn will bring it home tomorrow night at Charlotte for Speed Weeks. We're back to green here at Pocono, and O'Hare says, "See ya, wouldn't want to be your field." He's off into turn one.
Remember though, Wesley, he did not pit in that number 41. Everyone else is on 10-lap fresher tires than he is, so have to see what happens here in this opening run.
Could that really be a major difference?
I think so, because look at West Jr. right to the inside, bringing Stab now. King, Brightsman, and the likes with him. Yeah, I think that's a question asked, question answered right there. O'Hare falling to the back here early in this run.
Holy cow, 14 laps versus 2 new fresh sets of tires, as our producer Charles said in our ear. As West is the new leader. Stab now, he'll carry him as well. King, Brightsman, Maines, O'Hare. Where does O'Hare end up? 6th. He's going to be praying for a caution now to come to the pits. What do you think?
Yeah, he definitely is feeling that tire differential right now, and he's just hoping he can hang on and catch another quick caution and get back on cycle with these guys. As Tyler King to the inside of Jeff Stab now for second. Here comes Sean Brightsman, who's back up in the top 5. He's thinking about taking a peek to the inside of his teammate Jeff Stab now. Meanwhile, all that's going on, Dan West Jr. starting to pull away.
Man, I'll tell you what, Tyler King up 5 spots now. Keep an eye on that number 44 truck in the Pills Oranges. Number 44, he's in second. Chef Stab now in the back in third.
He's long overdue for a win, Wesley. He's had so many great runs. The racer's luck hasn't gone his way a whole lot, but lately he's really been starting to put it together and get these nice finishes. Seconds, thirds, fourths, fifths. Just a matter of time before he finally converts one of those into a win, and I think he's got a really good shot of it tonight. He's going for the lead.
And mind you, he's in the top 10 in the points, so if he could not get a win, he could possibly go into the playoffs by virtue of the point standings.
And what a great rookie season he has had in that number 44. Here it is again, trying to get the lead from West Jr. as they drag race down the Long Pond straightaway towards turn number 2, again modeled after Indianapolis. King with the preferred line here. He may clear him off this turn. He will. New leader, Tyler King.
Down the straightaway, it mimics the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Into turn number 3 now, around the turns that mimic the Milwaukee Mile. Trenton, Indianapolis, and Milwaukee Mile, the tracks, the turns that are mimicked. 14 degrees to 8 degrees to 6 degrees. And down this long straightaway. And as you notice, there's cones up against the catch fence area. And that lets them know when they need to brake and prepare to turn into the first corner. Same thing into turn 2, the same into 3, Greg.
That's just because of the length of the straightaways here and how different they are. One of those unique characteristics here of Pocono Raceway.
And used to be a long time ago. Sorry about that, Greg. Used to be a long time ago, bud. Even in reality, there used to be a countdown. That would actually say 500 feet, 400 feet, 300 feet, 200 feet. And then when you get to 100 feet, you know you better brake because you're coming up on them corners.
Kind of wondering if maybe we can get that back here, because I think that would be neat for new fans joining the sport. I know we got a lot of new fans coming into the sport of racing this year with everything that has happened. We've got a lot of new fans joining the sport, so I think that'd be kind of cool. A little bit of a novelty and some nostalgia for the new fans coming in, and a kick of nostalgia for the guys like me and you who've been around the sport our whole lives.
And how cool was North Wilkesboro the other night?
Oh, that was awesome.
What a show that was, taking a trip down memory lane, if you will. Tyler King leads. Dan West Jr. in second position. He just wants to try to pull out the broomstick and sweep the weekend. He won last week at Eldora. Then he turned around and he won last Monday night at North Wilkesboro, this past Monday. The Cup Series. And now tonight, trying to get around Tyler King. And then you got the man Tyler King, who currently is 9th in the standings, looking for his first ever win in both the Northwest iRacing Trucker Cup Series. But here comes Dan West Jr., sizing him up. Got a run on the inside, back to turn 1.
And West is going to get the lead into turn number 1, and Stabnow trying to come with him as West Jr. back to the lead. And Wesley, you talked about West trying to sweep the week as a little bit of a slide there allows King and Stabnow to get back to him. But you talked about sweeping the week. 3 entirely different forms of racing. Dirt racing a week ago tonight. Short track racing in the Cup cars. Now Pocono, and he's leading laps in all 3. Could possibly win all 3.
Down the straightaway. Here comes King on the bottom. West on the outside. He'll carry teammate of Stabnow with him. Team LSR in positions 1, 3, and 4. Second is King, fighting him off. 20 laps
down.
in.
About a fourth of the way through. Next time by. Stabnow trying to pull away from Brightsman. Get around King and try to size up West. Stabnow able to clear King on the outside into turn number 3. Think, Wesley, that's the first successful pass on the outside we've seen all day.
I would say I would agree. For the first time so far. What a move. Hope you're enjoying the new overlays. I know that was something that we did not have last Thursday night at Eldora. Greg, by the way, man, I hope your brother's doing better. And you missed one awesome truck race at Eldora last Thursday night. Yeah,
he is doing better. He's home resting, and definitely we're lucky to still have him with us here after the health scare last Thursday. But I'm still mad I missed Eldora, but I was in no shape for that one.
20 laps in. We're 1/4 of the way through. Let's give you your full field rundown right now. Dan West Jr. leads. Jeff Stabnow second. Sean Brightsman third. Tyler King is fourth. And Ryan Main's the top 5. Then it's Vining, Walters, White, Burke, Lowther, the top 10.
You got Dennis Moore in 11th. Gary Nichols making a return. We haven't seen him in a while in 12th. Tom Green in the 13th position. Stephen O'Hare on pit road in the number 41. This time by, you can expect the 41 on pit road for tires. Robert Gambill, Frank Harris, Dan Stussy, Ray Fournier, John Ottenbacher, the last truck on the lead lap. Only one lap down. That's Toby Ritters. And the number 19, Stephen Paulson, missed the start. He's 3 laps down. But keep your eyes on the number 41 of O'Hare, because remember, he stayed out. So he is thinking he's pitting in for some tires as he has had his hand out the window. Believe we're going to see our pole sitter, Stephen O'Hare, duck down pit road this time. You see him backing it down. Here he comes, Wesley. Pole sitter on pit road for the first time.
Was wondering whenever he was going to have to come down to the pit lane for service, and here he comes. And this is really pitting out of sequence with everybody else.
It really is. Meanwhile, while that was going on, Sean Brightsman jumped around King Stabnow and is now going for West. Sean Brightsman wants the lead.
Sean Brightsman on the inside, that purple truck. And remember, about probably, 10 laps ago, he was mired in the top 10 fighting Ottenbacher to stay on the lead lap.
He was. He had that
fighting for position, bouncing off the wall.
Yeah, he had that big slip at the start of the race, fell from second to 20-ish, and here he is battling for the lead.
That just shows you how tricky, exciting Pocono can be. You're in the penthouse 1 minute, then to the outhouse, back to the outhouse, and then you're in the penthouse. And there he is on the inside.
Here comes Stab now, trying to get a run. Ooh, gets right up on the bumper of Breitzman. As now we got a Team LSR TV drag race. 3 wide, well not 3 wide, but 3 deep here for this race for the lead. And all 3 of them got the LSR TV logo on board. Tyler King lurking back there in the catbird seat if something happens.
Yeah,
and he got a huge run there. Wow, did you see the run by Tyler King there through the tunnel turn?
He's hungry. He's hungry. He wants a win. In truck number 44.
Checking back in with Dan Lowther, who was the truck that brought out the first caution, has climbed back up to 9th after having to use the fast repair in his number 63. You see him right there, the yellow one, just streaking by on your screen. There he is, the bright yellow truck. Ooh, one truck getting loose back there. Who was that? That was Dan Stussy, I believe, in the 78. But back to Dan Lowther. Already had to use the fast repair after the contact early. He is already back up into the top 10. And actually, yeah, he did use the fast repair. I see it. But Lowther, a nice recovery here so far.
Yeah, let's take a look at a swag instant replay on Dan Stussy's truck, number 78. Man, that could have been a caution coming off of turn number 3. Watch this.
Right there, you just see the tail end of it. One truck behind the wall, Carl Burke in the 53,
they're going to start over.
Has retired from the race. Here it is. Let's take a look at what happened with Dan Stussy in the number 78. This was coming off the tunnel turn here. It's going to happen coming off of this corner here. You see them still jockeying for position back there. Battles all over the place, but watch him off of turn 3 right about here. He's going to break loose right there.
Just looks like he just almost ran up the wall, just simply just, you know, ran out of room and just about put it up in the fence. A good save.
Nice save by Stussy. Breitzman, Stab now, West Jr. leading the way. Caden Anderson, who's not in the field tonight but watching at home, he has made his prediction. He says if this thing goes green the rest of the way, he's going with Dan West Jr. But he thinks if they get cautions, he thinks Breitzman's going to be able to pull the strategy card again and pick up a win.
2 tire stops. We've seen it before.
How many times have we seen it with that purple 46 Tundra?
Several times over. To perfection a couple of weeks ago, when he won at Kentucky.
But one that will stand out for me was the Cup race at Dover when Breitzman, we hadn't even mentioned his name until about 25 laps to go, and he pulled the 2-tire stop and won. It was great.
Yep. And Breitzman is out in front. Stab now second, West third. Team LSR TV. Charles Wooten got to be grinning from ear to ear right now, representing live sim racing. And they now have their own little race of their own.
He's grinning because he's got chips in front of him.
He did. I hear the bag rattling.
We won't repeat what he just called him. Here comes Breitzman through turn 3 once again. Stab now, trying to get those good runs in. Wesley, going back to what I talked about a little bit about Stab now when he was struggling with that qualifying setup, I think that's exactly what he did. I think he just went in and said, you know what, I'm just going to put the race setup on just so I could lay a lap down, because he is looking identical to that lap he laid down the 3rd quickest start or qualifying time for. Here he is going for the lead once again on Breitzman. I think that was the right call by Stab now to just say, you know what, to heck with the qual setup, I'll just throw the race one on.
Side by side for the lead, battling for that top spot. Stab now on the bottom. Dan West Jr., Sean Breitzman continuing to battle for second. 27 of 80. Working now the 27th lap. We're on lap 26. Coverage of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series from the Tricky Triangle, Pocono Raceway, on your home for sim racing, LSR TV. Greg Rentz, Wesley Outland, Charles Wooten on production chair. And right now we're working our 4th lead change of the race as Stab now has finally gone up to the number 1 position to cause another lead change, getting around Breitzman a moment ago. And now we see some racing going on in the back of the pack.
Things settling down, but they're getting dicey in the back here. But drivers starting to space out a little bit too. This is going on between Frank Harris and I believe Ray Fournier. No, Gary Nichols in the number 8. That's side by side. Let's see. That is Wesley for 13th on the charts. Nichols going to go on the inside of Harris. He's going to get it. Meanwhile,
battle
back for second, Brightsman on the inside of West Jr. Drag race down the line behind Jeff Stabnow at the line. Wow, too close to call. It was West at the line.
Stabnow, West, Brightsman, 1, 2, and 3. We're going to go side by side so you don't miss a thing. We're in the opening moments of approaching the halfway mark. Coming up on lap 30. Back with more in a moment on your home for sim racing, LSR TV, and the coverage of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series from Pocono.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything. Hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold, to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customer and stuff. So you can just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing, and if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink colors. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, t-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees@yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
Back here at Pocono, they're in turn number 3. And Stabnow continues to lead this LSR TV 1-2-3 battle down the straightaway as we're closing in on the halfway mark here, Greg.
Closing in. And it's taking it close. The top 3 are all 0.2 of a second apart. Then it's 4 seconds back to the, or 6 seconds back to fourth place now, James Vine. And Tyler King came down pit road while we were on side by side, Wesley. He was up there in the mix. He is now about half a lap back. He came down pit road that last time by in that 44.
Stabnow, West, Brightsman, the interval. White also hanging in there in the top 5. And how about the Catman, man? Look at him. James Vining in 4th, Greg.
You can barely see the leaders up there on board with James Vining, the Catman. Remember, he has been looking for some redemption ever since that cup race at Kentucky, which he thought he had a legitimate shot at the win. And he was leading laps. We thought, hey, James Vining can make some noise in this race. And then unfortunately, bam, pit road penalty cost him that one.
Yeah, that was a heartbreak for him. I did not pick him that night. No, I didn't. Normally when I pick drivers, they have bad luck, Greg, but unfortunately that night I didn't. I think he got busted with a speeding penalty.
I think it was a restart penalty. Now,
yes, that's what it was. It was a lane violation.
Yes,
that's what. Yeah, it was a lane violation on a restart.
They have those on iRacing, but yeah, they do. As meanwhile, we take a look back in. Look at those 3 trucks right there: Ford, Chevy, Toyota. 1, 2, 3, all on screen as they come through turn 3 down this long front stretch. Second caution of the day.
Dan Stussy sounds like it might be on the 78. Another swag caution.
Ryan Maines has damage. Maines has a lot of damage. I'm thinking we just found our smoke gun.
Let's see the replay.
Brought to you by Swag Wraps and Graphics. So it's Maines in the 13. Believe that's Dennis Moore with him.
Oh!
Ooh.
Moore got into Maines and turned him into the fence.
Ooh.
Racing? Intentional? What do you think, Greg?
I'm going to need to see another look at that. Perhaps from the chopper.
Greg is saying, ooh, 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 ooh. Might make
watch
you
this.
think.
He gets a big run down this. I believe this is the long pod straightaway. He's going to go to the bottom right here. Let's see what happens going in.
Oh, yeah, that was intentional. That wasn't an intentional. That wasn't. They both, looks like they were racing for the same line and ran out of room.
I think Maines started coming into his turn, and I think Moore wasn't ready for it. Had to see it from the chopper to get a better look at it there to see if it was intentional or not. Nope, no intention there.
Everybody coming down to pit road, I believe. Wouldn't you think so?
Oh, yeah, you have to at this point. Except maybe Tyler King can stay out because he had just come down pit road a couple of laps prior.
And we also know Stephen O'Hare came in the pits.
Yeah,
but I think he's gonna pit and cycle back out with everybody again.
O'Hare's already got 14 laps on his tires, so it basically would be averaged back out to where he was at. So I think we will still see O'Hare on pit road again in that number 41. The question mark is Tyler King, but here they come.
Here comes the whole cavalry down to the pit lane. Stabnow, West Jr., Brightsman, all coming down to their pit stalls. Got to make sure they don't get busted for a speeding penalty on pit road. And as you said, Greg, they got to go all the way down right now into their pit stalls just after passing the start-finish line.
I thought so. Tyler King would stay out. He did, as the rest of the field slides into their pit stalls, and we have our second round of pit stops of the day. Watch for Ryan Maines to take the fast repair, and then number 13. Rest of the field going to work, and there's O'Hare into number 41, sliding into his pit stall all the way at the tail end of the field. Now he's going to be back on sequence with everybody, and we know the speed he has in that number 41 as the field breaks out off pit road, and I think Stabnow lost a couple spots.
The race off pit road. Got to get a race off pit road camera. We've done that a couple of times. I've actually said, man, I like that. And it looks like Stabnow will be the man that beat him. Well, actually, I don't think he did. I think Dan West Jr. did. And Tyler King as well.
Yeah, Tyler King stayed out, Wesley. I thought he was going to in at number 44. He only had like 4 or 5 laps on his tires at time of caution. I think that's enough that he might be able to salvage a little bit out of him still. Under caution for the second time here tonight, about 5 laps from halfway. And it's been Sean Brightsman, Dan West Jr., Jeff Stabnow battling it out. Tyler King has been up there playing spoiler a couple times, and he's leading the way again.
Yes, sir. Well, I'll tell you what, we're under the yellow flag for just the second time. We are approaching halfway in about another 6 laps or so. And Paulison, also, I think he's going to get the wave around here. He's trying to get some of his laps back, Greg.
He is. Remember, he missed the start of the race because of connection issue. Started the race 3 laps down. This, if he does take the wave around, would put him 2 laps down in the number 58. And he does take the wave around, so he will be 2 laps down at this one. 18 trucks still on the lead lap.
So here's the thing, if people are new to the Northwest Trucker Cup Series on LSR TV, it's kind of like what NASCAR does on the regular racing basis. If you are the first car lap down, when the caution comes out, if you're a lap down, you at least get your lap back. Lucky dog, if you will. Any cars a lap down or more, if they elect not to pit When the field gets the 1 to go indication, they get what is called the wave around. And Greg, that means that they can cycle back around and get one of their laps back or get back on the lead lap. But in doing so, you forfeit making a pit stop.
So that's how the wave around works, which is what Stephen Paulison's doing here to try to get himself his laps back. And honestly,
he didn't lose that time. Look at him. He's flying. Look at him. He's already caught the back of him.
As we get set to go, restart coming up on lap 37 of 80 in this one. Tyler King leading the way, but on a little bit older tires. We'll see what happens moving forward on this restart.
If people are wondering why I'm laughing, our producer told us in our ear that they should call it the Lucky Kitten. What do you think, Greg?
Let's ask James Vining.
Yeah, the pick of the litter. I always say I got the pick of the litter. Come on, Lucky Kitten Award.
I think that's James
Hey,
Vining,
speaking of cheesecake, where's your cheesecake at tonight? Who's getting the cheesecake award so far, Greg? Come on.
I'm getting the cheesecake award. What are you talking about?
No, you're not even. You're supposed to give it to the drivers on the track. It's supposed to be a cheesecake award.
I ain't sharing no cheesecake. Green flag is out.
Back to green here at Pocono. Approaching 4 and a halfway, 44 to the checkered flag in round 23. All right, flagman, stop waving the green flag. They're already crossed the line.
Oh, Barnes is getting his workout. It's arm day.
Barney's just waving the town, man. All right, here they go to the back straightaway. Tyler King back out in front again. Strong truck here tonight at Pocono, Greg.
King leading the way, Breitzman second. How about James Vining that's gotten in front of Stab now? Again, remember, that happened on pit road, but Vining trying to hold him off right now. He's in fourth. How about Chris White creeping up? We haven't mentioned him a whole lot. He's up in sixth now.
Back to the line. And 3 to the halfway marker. Still a lot of racing here left to go. Hey, don't forget, coming up Monday night, 11 o'clock Eastern, about 11:15 Eastern, actually. 10:15 Central. 8:15 Greg Rent's time in the Pacific. It is LSR TV coverage of the next round of the Northwest iRacing Cup Series, and they will be right here at Pocono. Down the straightaway, here they come back to the line. It'll be 2 to halfway. There is Chris White sizing up James Vining. Hey man, I'll tell you, I'm proud of the cat man, James Vining. He has really impressed me here in not just the trucks but the Cup cars in the last couple of weeks, the last month for that matter.
He's really done good, Wesley. And that's the thing about this series that's been so much fun. A lot of drivers coming up and really starting to make their name known in this series. So that's what's so much fun about the Northwest Racing Series. You get drivers who start out, they're trying to make the name for themselves, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, you find them making a name for themselves, and that's what makes the series a lot of fun. All these different drivers from different racing backgrounds coming up and joining us here at tracks like Pocono and North Wilkesboro and just all kinds of different places. That's what makes the Northwest Racing Series one of the most fun on iRacing.
Definitely a fun series for sure. 7 seasons now for the trucks. First season for the Cup Series. That's on Monday night. Trucks is on Thursday night. And by the way, LSR TV is just grandfathered in with them. I think they've been covering the Northwest Series since its inception.
All the way back in the old VRN days.
Yes. Breitzman, West, and Stab now. Coming up on halfway this time. Bob will give you the full field rundown when they take the cross flags at the start-finish line. As West's trying to go for 3 wins in a row. He won Eldora last Thursday night on the dirt in the Eldora Dirt Derby. He won North Wilkesboro for the Cup Series on Monday. And now he's trying to run down Sean Breitzman. As looks like Dan West Jr. looking for his 9th win, and Sean Breitzman looking for his 2nd win on the series this year.
But believe it or not, Brightsman leads the Cup Series in wins. So your Cup Series winning driver versus your Truck Series winning driver right now on the track in front of him, as one truck is almost caught by them. I believe that's Paulson in the number 58, who's just still having a bad day in the number 58. Jim Bean is going to be flying out of the bottle in the Paulson household after this race.
Got himself got himself a wave around and everything, and it still cost him. Hey, by the way, we're halfway home. 40 down and 40 to go. Let's give you a full field rundown. As Sean Brightsman leads, West is second, Stabnow third, King is fourth, Vining is fifth, West followed by White, O'Hare, Walters, Maines, and Lowther, the top 10 at Pocono.
Going home in 11th right now is Ottenbacher, who caught the wall earlier. He's back up to 11th. Dennis Moore, Tom Green, Gary Nichols, Frank Harris, Robert Gambill, Ray Fournier, and Dan Stussy are lead lap drivers. Drivers one lap down. Toby Ritters and Stephen Paulson. Out of the race is Carl Burke.
So there's the rundown in round 23 after halfway for the Northwest iRacing Truck Series from the Pocono Raceway. Brightsman, West Stabnow. There they are. Team LSR continue to play cat and mouse with one another. Larry, Curley, and Mo. Take your pick of who.
Where's Shemp?
And King is the man there trying to pull the upset victory back in fourth. O'Hare, the pole truck, he's in fifth.
I see RGL Motorsports in the chat. No cheesecake. Pocky at Pocono. I understand what that's referencing. I'm not looking forward to this.
What did he say?
So, before my brother had his health issues, me and him had made a promise to each other a long time ago that if either of us ever got our hands on this thing called the Pocky One Chip Challenge, the spiciest tortilla chip on the planet, we would try him out. Well, right before my brother had his health issues, he hadn't told me yet. He found them and got them ordered. They came in this past week. So at some point in the future, there's going to be a live stream of me taking the one chip challenge, and it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah, and your brother better get back to health again before he does.
That's what I told him. That's what I told him.
Yeah, there you go. Do it on a live broadcast with us. You do it live. We do. We got, well, yeah. Amongst all the other cool things we were talking about with LSR TV, we're also working on a new podcast, a new video podcast series for Swag. And I think Charles is actually just going to create his own LSR TV podcast as well, is what I think they were talking about doing. Is we got a new leader. Brightsman says, I've had enough. I want to go back to the lead.
Gets it back as West trying to track him down. We have ideas for that podcast as well. The Pocky One Chip Challenge, spicy. I don't think that's going to be a podcast. I think that'll be a special one. Can't really do it on a live stream because last time I did the spicy challenge, there was a lot of words that would require the censorship beep that came out of my mouth in that one.
All we just have to do is just do beep, 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 beep.
It would just be one long beep. Did I ever tell you about the time I got dared to eat the entire raw ghost pepper in the break room at work?
No.
That was bad. That was bad.
Don't give us any sound expressions of what that was like.
I cried. I was 20. I was not smart.
All right. I think you should just stick to cheesecake.
Yeah, I like that idea a lot better. Flamin' Hot Cheeto cheesecake is a thing somewhere. I saw that. I'm not sure if I'm sold on that. Here comes Jeff Stabnow getting a run.
Flaming Hot Cheeto cheesecake?
Yeah, someone got a little nutso in the kitchen one night and decided to experiment. I haven't tried it. I don't intend to try it. Look at Stabnow getting a run on West. And that's also a run on Bryce because Stabnow get both of them here.
He said, truck, yeah. Bumper, yeah. Move you out of the way, yeah.
Stabnow. Cheesecake, yeah.
Here comes West. Hooking up with Stabnow again. And these are teammates. Sleepy, Dumpy, Grumpy? It's our producer called them. I called them Larry, Curly, and Mo. What would you call them, Greg?
The three amigos.
Hey, there you go, because we are the three racing amigos. Ole!
Drag race down into the tunnel turn.
No, that's Zach Newton. down the back stretch along Pond straightaway they will go. As Brightsman and Stab now play cat and mouse with one another for the #1 spot. Let's see who's going to be the pick of the litter in this battle as they work their way off the corner.
Ooh, Brightsman and West both taking the high line there on Jeff Stab now. Oh, it's my turn to have a James Viney situation here in a moment as here comes Brightsman back to the inside.
All right. Looks like Stab now starting to pull away. Starting to pull away a little bit. Or is he? Look at Sean Brightsman driving all the way down below the yellow line to the apron. And he lets West get by him. He'll fall back to third. I don't think he needs to do that again, Greg. I believe we lost Greg. We'll have to cover here until he comes back as we're working, closing in on 33 laps to go here for the Northwest iRacing Truck Series from Pocono on LSR TV. Wesley Outland, Greg Rentz, Charles Wooten in the production chair. And again, on behalf of everybody at 52 Media and LSR TV, we hope you're enjoying this production. Next race. Normally the trucks are the nightcap of the entire week. Next race will be on possibly Sunday afternoon. That's the E-Invitational for the Swag Series, but we know definitely the Adrenaline iRacing League playoffs will take place. 6:30 Eastern. After that's going to be the Stadium Super Truck Series. Hey, Charles, jump in here real quickly. The Stadium Super Trucks, where are we going to? Crandon? Crandon's, that's a pretty unique place, though. That's a new iRacing build. Crandon International Off-Road Raceway. Charles has laryngitis. He doesn't feel like talking tonight. Stab now in West right now 1 and 2 for the lead as they go back into turn #1. But tentatively, the third round of the Live Sim Racing Stadium Super Truck Series on LSR TV and CRN will be from Crandon International Off-Road Raceway. Down the back straightaway. We are efforting for Greg Wrench to come back and join us. Let's see what the chat box has got going on tonight. Aunt Kathy, we missed you. I gave the truck comment and everything, and you ain't even here. RGL Motorsports, Wesley, that's exactly what I said on Facebook. Okay. No cheesecake, Pocky, at Pocono. Thank you, Connor Stamza. He's always a big fan. Caden Anderson, wish you were here, bud, racing with us. He's not here. Hello to Ghost Rider. Well, we have had another. Ladies and gentlemen, we have had another mysterious attack by a cat in a broadcast, okay? So first off, all right, it's a catastrophe, exactly, a catastrophe. So first off, let's show James Viney, Charles, real quickly. He's in 5th. So everybody remembers a couple of months ago whenever his stowaway cat attacked him while he was racing on iRacing. His cat got mad. He attacked him, and he had to lock him up in the closet.
That's exactly what happens.
And now, tonight, my colleague Greg Rentz has had his cat, because lack of fed, attacked him and disconnected the internet cable.
There is no lack of fed about it.
Oh my goodness.
I'm back.
Greg, it's a catastrophe.
Meow.
So what did you do? Did you put the cat outside? Did you give him some food? Put him in the pantry? Do you know what FSC stands for?
No.
When we go to break, I'll tell you. Oh my goodness! All right.
What did I say not even 2 seconds before that happened? I said, uh-oh, here comes the James Vining.
Yeah.
I saw it coming.
Your cat got mad at you and, says, hey, feed me.
Fed him earlier.
Oh, we got somebody blinking there. Is that White? Dan Stuzzi, 78 on pit road. He's all the way in the back in 17th. He'll follow a lap down. Pace car all by his lonesome. He's saving the fuel bill tonight. Only 2 cautions so far to stop the race. And we're closing in on 30 laps to go. Under 20 laps to go, actually. Coming up on under 20 to go. Greg, so tell us your story. What happened?
Cat unplugged the screen.
So the cat unplugged the screen.
He hit the screen cord, which unplugged the whole thing.
I got you. Wow.
Okay, looks like I didn't miss much except for the same 3 battling it out.
Oh, yeah, you haven't missed anything.
Yelling at a cat. He's done twice now what he's done the James Vining.
Just give him a
James
mouse.
Vining's cat did for him. He's cost me 2 wins.
He's trying to eat your mouse. That's what it is. He wants your mouse. Oh, that's a good one, Charles. Good segue. I caught that. While the game of cat and mouse continues for Greg in Washington State, this battle of cat and mouse to decide who's at the top of the pick of the litter here at Pocono Battles with Team LSR TV.
Free cat up for adoption. Free to a good home.
I'll get you next time, Gadget. Oh, wow. Here they come off of turn 2. Replica of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway straightaway. 8 degrees, 6 degrees now coming into Milwaukee Mile straightaway, the turn. They'll work their way. Beautiful racetrack of the Pocono Mountains. You see some of the mountains, the scenery there.
Looks like a good place for a cat.
Yes.
Trees are a good home, Cody.
Somebody just said cats are the devil. Somebody just said cats are the devil. They got the claws. They got the what do you call it? The horns with their ears. When you get them mad, they just stick straight in the air and go meow. So, Charles, you have a cat at home? The animals at home? Oh, that
We
sounds
can't
like
say what Cody said.
That sounds like a horror movie, man. That's like that's how Halloween got started. What are you talking about? We got a virtual Michael Myers on our hands, folks. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
You see Tom Green battling there. Oh, battle for the lead. Dan West Jr. going back after Jeff Staff now in the number 24 right now. Stephen O'Hare is back up to 4th, by the way, Wesley. Pole sitter Stephen O'Hare back to 4th. The problem is he's about 8 seconds back right now.
Down the straightaway, back into turn 3. Pit stops. Here comes Tom Green. And some trucks in the back. They're in the back. Tom Green on the pit lane.
There's Robert Gambill.
Yeah, they're all in the back. Let's catch up with the leaders again. There goes Frank Harris. He's on the pit lane. While that goes on, here comes your leaders.
Yeah, first round of green flag pit stops, Wesley. This is.
Yeah.
As we've had cautions every lap.
Which I find kind of weird that the trucks in the back are actually pitting before the leaders do, but they are. Did we miss the leaders coming to the pit lane? I don't think we did. I don't think they pitted yet.
I don't know. I was turning my computer back on.
Yeah. Here comes Tyler King. He's in the pits. Tyler King giving up, I think he was in the 4th position. 5th position now. He'll fall back, and he's already only back to 7th. He'll go to pit stall number 3 and take on service as here comes the leaders down the straightaway. Number 8 coming in for service. That's
Gary
Nichols, I believe. Yeah. Sharp-looking colors, Greg, on that truck. Kind of flashy the way it sticks out.
Red and blue on that number 8 pulling in. Been a while since we've seen Gary Nichols as well in this series, so good to have him back.
As Tyler King comes back on track in the Pills Orange entry. Here comes Dan West Jr. giving up a top 3 run now, coming to the pit lane for service.
Son Devin not in the field tonight. 3 wins on the season for Devin, 8 for Dan Jr.
Four tires, fuel. Could this be the money stop, Greg? All these drivers coming into the pits. By the way, you mentioned Gary Nichols. He making his 9th start tonight. 1 top 5 and 1 top 10 for the driver that currently is 25th in the standings.
Let's see, how many laps are there to go in this one? About 23
under 25.
Or so?
Yeah,
I would
under
say
25.
this is the money. I'd say this is the money stop if we stay green.
That's the question. We've only had 2 yellow flags to stop the race. Here comes Sean Brightsman. He'll peel off, giving up 2nd position. And Stab now still to the lead. They have broken up Team LSR TV now. We've noticed this. How hard will it be, Greg, for these guys to hook back up together and catch each other?
Going to be difficult now that they're all off sequence with each other. There's O'Hare, the pole sitter, coming in the number 41. So the question is, who has the winning strategy from here out?
So Dan West pitted. He's in 9th. Sean Brightsman is on the pit lane now. He's falling back to 6th, 7th. And Stab now is still on track. He has not pitted yet. Coming down this time by. Here he comes.
Here he comes.
Money stop for truck number 24, the man of Montana, the Waltz Beard Co. LSR TV Ford. 2nd in the standings. Here comes Stab now. And again, the last of the LSR TV trucks to pit. 22 to go.
Coming down towards his pit stall. It's a long way down pit road here at Poconos. He slides in, going to get 4 fresh tires.
Oh, poor Caden
Fuel to the
Anderson.
finish.
Poor Caden Anderson. He says, and I quote, RGL Motorsports says cats are the devil. Whoa. Caden Anderson says, my cat attacked me one time when I was sleeping. Now I have a scar on my forehead.
Mine's done that too.
Caden, where's the cat at? That's the question. All right, Michael Myers, producer, enough out of you. Oh. It wouldn't even be that way. It would be like, like choking on a hairball. Chris White is now cycled around as the new leader. Coming up on 22 laps to go here at Pocono. Greg Rance, Wesley Outland, the voices of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series on your home for sim racing. LSR TV, Charles Wooten in the production chair when he's not strangling kitty cats. As we are coming down to the home stretch. And what a job for Chris White now. He's out in front. Chris White in truck number 83. I don't think he's pitted yet.
Don't believe so.
And Chris White now on the race course as the leader. He currently sits in, well, Chris White hasn't ran many truck races actually. He's actually 18th in the standings out of 15 starts tonight. 5 top 5s and 9 top 10s for the driver. And no wins for the 83, Greg.
But 2 wins on the Cup side, Wesley,
yes,
and a playoff berth already, including a win in Indianapolis. By the way, one of these turns just happens to be modeled after Indianapolis. So Chris White, some success this season on the Cup side. Still looking for that first truck win Could it come tonight? We'll see. Here
20
we
to go.
20 to go.
You see the score ticker change. Let's give you a full field rundown as 3/4 of the race is complete. The leader is now Chris White. Dan West Jr. second. Sean Brightsman third. Jeff Stabnow. Team LSR TV, though they're separated by a couple of seconds, they're 2, 3, and 4. Dennis Moore is in 5th. Stephen O'Hare, the pole truck, is in 6th. Tyler King 7th. John Onnenbacher 8th. James Viney 9th. And Mr. Shane Walters rounds out the top 10.
Dan Lowther, Gary Nichols, Tom Green, Dan Stussy, Robert Gamble ran out your top 15. Final 2 trucks on the lead lap are Frank Harrison, Roy Fournier. 2 laps down to Stephen Paulson. 3 down, Tony Ritters. Ryan Maines 12 laps down, and out of the race is Carl Burke in the 53.
So there's the rundown. Ready for the final 20 laps. Extended commercial break. When we come back, we'll take you to the checkered flag here from Pocono, from your home for sim racing. This is the Northwest iRacing Truck Series from the Tricky Triangle, round 23 on LSR TV.
Let's go! Ladies and gentlemen, we're off and racing for 300 laps tonight, 300 laps tomorrow night. Look at car number 110. He said, look at me, I'm out the lead. He is right in the middle of the racetrack, ladies and gentlemen, in reverse with cars going.
17 to go here at Pocono when they cross the line. Ready for the home stretch just after the 1 o'clock hour Eastern time. Midnight for SAR TV time for Texas headquarters for Charles Wooten. And it's only 10 o'clock for Greg Rance. It's
10 p.m. Still early over here as West Jr. leading the way. Brightsman in second. Stabnow a ways back in third. I heard that, Wesley.
In all seriousness, though, it's really cool to show the different time zones because you got all these drivers from all over the country, and then you've got me who's normally located in my boiler room office in Durham, North Carolina. Problems. Dan Stussy, bottom of the apron. Looks like he overshot his pit stall. Let's see what happened. Well, we got a little bit further ahead. Oh, wow. Just drove it through the... oh, yeah.
Oh, the grass.
Oh, yeah. He decided to go a little stadium off-road truck series.
Hey, maybe we can get him in the Tuesday series.
the Sunday series. Sunday.
Oh, it's
Sunday now. It's Sunday nights now. Yeah. After the Adrenaline iRacing League playoffs on LSR TV. But I was trying to get back to Dan Stussy. Good save for him there in truck number 78. No harm, no foul as he come to the pit lane, but he is a lap down. But, I'm normally in my boiler room office in Durham, North Carolina. In the production studio for LSR which is in Texas. That's Charles production, Charles Wooten. And then all the way in Washington State is Greg Rance. And we all come together. The drivers come together on all the servers to make this stuff happen. We've had drivers run races from across the country, from Australia to New Zealand or Canada, Quebec. It's phenomenal what they do, Greg. The technology today is amazing to pull this stuff off.
It is, as we got a battle for the lead right now. Sean Brightsman takes it from Dan West Jr. in number 46. This one ain't over yet. Brightsman gets the lead, but West Jr. giving a bump down the long pot straightaway.
Boy, he's letting him know he's a big fan of him, ain't he? And Dan, and while that goes on, Jeff Stabnow licking his chops, ready to pounce like an alley cat on a dark night on a mouse, and not Greg Rentz's one.
Hey.
15, 14 to go. Here
You
at
just
Pocono.
said Ed, you're back together in our ear. So which one's which?
Oh, the three racing amigos are back together again, as you said.
Here comes Stabnow to the inside.
And they're about to run down Jim Bean as well in Paulison. Here they come back down that straightaway. Lap traffic in front of the leaders as Brightsman starting to pull away from Stabnow. About 4 truck lengths back. Half a truck length back is Stabnow to Dan West Jr. And they're going to come to the line this time by 13 laps to go here at Pocono. And Brightsman looking for another win on the series. If he pulls it off in truck 46, that will be his second win on the tour. Sean Brightsman looking for his second victory, his one and only win. It came, of course, at the beginning of the season, Greg, at Las Vegas back in March, long before my time working with you guys.
It's been a long time since we've seen Brightsman in victory lane here in the Truck Series, but he has been dominating in the Cup Series, leads that series and wins, and has locked up a playoff spot. Wow, Jeff Stabnow, he's getting a huge run in that number 24. He wants win number 7. Look at him get the run through the tunnel turn. He's going to try to get the lead here. He might get it off turn to 3 here.
Just absolutely impresses me how Stabnow struggled all day during practice, during the qualifying run. Looked like he was just going to be in the back the entire time. And with less than a minute remaining, whatever setup he made, he put it on the board, third fast. And then since then, he has literally been in the hunt, so to speak. I wouldn't say he's the winning truck, Greg, but he's in the hunt to pick up the victory. But he's back to the lead.
He was 2 seconds back like 3 laps ago, and here he is leading the way, going through the middle of lap traffic, bringing Brightsman and West Jr. with him. Look out, Frank Harris hit the wall in front of West Jr., and Jr. has to go down to the bottom to get through. He does.
Good save there.
That was close.
Ray Fournier also amongst those drivers in that pack. Let's take a look at the swag replay of that, and we'll show you how close it come to being yellow flag number 3. Watch this, Greg. You called it.
So here we see Stabnow and Brightsman going through the lap traffic in the middle. Now here's Dan West Jr. Now watch Frank Harris get up close to the wall right there, and look out. West has to shoot down to the bottom to miss it there.
And you saw the 26 truck of Ray Fournier also in that pack over there. Ray Fournier in the 15th position. He is a 1 lap down amongst the battle with the leaders. And it says protect and serve for our police. And I definitely do back the blue. And I love that nice truck design there on that truck number 26.
Battle for the lead. Here comes Brightsman on the inside of Stabnow. Going to be 10 laps to go at the line. Brightsman, Stabnow racing for the win here at Pocono with Dan West Jr. hanging back there in third. Drag race down the front stretch at the line. Who's it going to be?
Brightsman.
Brightsman just barely. No, Stabnow gets credit with the lap led. Just 5
I can't believe that. Wow. Wow. I really thought it was Brightsman the leader. I think they've changed it now. They've changed it now. They changed scoring. Brightsman the new leader, and actually now he's cleared Stabnow for that spot.
Stabnow on the outside. Stabnow's got the outside hooked up. Wesley, Stabnow's got the outside hooked up. He's been the one making moves on the outside all day. He just got back around Brightsman again.
And all the while, this was a truck that we thought was literally going to tear down the wall. He's sliding. Look at him dirt track off the corner. Brightsman and Stabnow fighting like they're dirt tracking. It's World of Thunder on pavement at Pocono.
And a dirt track racer back there in third watching it all unfold. Dan West Jr. just waiting for something to happen, saving his tires for one more run at it.
Ready to pounce like a coiled cobra on his prey. They come to the line, down the long straightaway, 9 to go. Brightsman with a run, he can't get there. Stabnow with the hook, down to turn 1, he'll send it in the corner.
Brightsman to the inside now. Stabnow shuts the door. Brightsman going to try it again. They're starting to pull away from West Jr. Looks like it could be coming down to between Stabnow and Brightsman. Going to be 8 to go when they get back to the stripe.
Side by side. Brightsman wiggle. A wiggle off the corner. He'll save it. They go down the long pond straightaway now. Off for 2. Final time around into that third turn. Here he comes. He's on the bottom. Stabnow trying to protect the middle lane, if you will. Now they'll drive up to the top of the Angels Expressway, to the top shelf where Grandma hides the cookies, into the marbles, as they call the fluff in the dirt track world. Into turn number 1, Brightsman will still stay to the inside. Stabnow hanging right there with him. They're door to door in the corner.
And West Jr. is closing back in that 55. And Stabnow gets the run on the outside once again. Clear down the short chute. The fans down there on the infield are loving watching this right now between these three as West Jr. back in the fold.
And honestly, this has now allowed Dan West Jr. to close in on these two and make it another Racing Amigos fight to the checker flag. They're 1, 2, and 3. Stabnow, Brightsman, West. And honestly, Greg, they have been the class of the field the entire race.
They really have, Wesley. Team LSR TV has been putting on a clinic here today in this one. Brightsman going to try the outside, and Wesley lurking ahead of them. Lapped traffic. What will this do to the finish of this race?
Wow, Frank Harris shot the gap exiting off turn 3, about hit the inside retaining wall in truck number 11. What a save for him. You want to put that on a swag instant replay and show you that, because that could have been a caution. Number 11, Frank Harris. And while that goes on, here comes the leaders off the corner. I think we're going to show you the replay. Watch this. Greg, he literally shot like he was going to put it in the wall there just a moment ago. It looks like it just caught the back end of it.
Just
here it comes. Watch this. Oh, this is actually going into turn number 3. Greg, watch this. I just called it at the upper left of the monitor whenever it happened, but now we're going to see it in full view. Look out!
Right there.
Whoa! Quickly got on the binders, was able to keep it off the wall. Thanks again to the Sharks, Billy and Rhonda Smith and and Swag, E-Raps and Graphics, for sponsoring this race on LSR TV. Oh my goodness, I am tired.
Traffic.
6 to go.
Leaders in lap traffic. Stabnow has caught up to Gambill and Lowther. Lowther on the high side, getting close to the wall. Brightsman going to try to pass him.
Stabnow
on the outside.
Going for 2 for 1. Moving by lap trucks. He'll clear him.
Here comes West Jr. back into the fray. Brightsman going to try the crossover. Going to be 5 laps to go when they reach the stripe. 5 laps to go.
What does Justin say on the Northwest Cup Series? Giving the field a high 5 as they come across the stripe. 5 remaining. Stabnow, Brightsman, West, 1, 2, and 3. The Racing Amigos roar back into turn number 1 and 2. Into the turn. Off of turn 1. Down the straightaway here at the Tricky Triangle. Laps ticking away on what has been a fairly clean race, but the racing has been interesting though, Greg. It's not been a snooze fest, if you will.
No, it really hasn't. And Brightsman, Stabnow, and West have been putting on a clinic. And what a recovery this is for Sean Brightsman, regardless of the results, as he's back to the inside again. Remember, he was all the way back at the tail end of the field at the start of the race after scraping the wall after starting second, and he has fought back to the lead, and here he is going for the lead again on the inside of Stab now. Going to be 4 to go.
4 to go at the line. These 3 drivers continue the battle, which, by the way, I do believe the Greg Wrench Cheesecake of the Race Award should go to your cat.
No, he don't get no cheesecake after that.
Come on, you got to give Garfield some food.
No.
4 to go. Stab now, pull it away as West and Brightsman battling side by side.
He's not even orange.
I love Garfield of lasagna.
West and Brightsman battling it out.
Oh, I forgot to tell you what FSC stand for.
As Stab now trying to pull away. West able to clear Brightsman for second. Look out. Here comes Daddy Dan.
Yes, sir.
Not done yet.
I think he was saving that truck, those tires.
Save it for one more shot. 3 to go.
Gonna carry Brightsman with him.
miles when they cross the line.
Gonna carry Brightsman with him. Here they come. 3 laps to go.
Brightsman gonna try the outside again. More lap traffic ahead of Stab now.
Oh yeah. West to second, gets around Brightsman. Brightsman trying everything he can to find him into the corner. He's got to run on the inside. Brightsman there. West goes up the racetrack, pushes up the speedway. He'll stay behind Stab now. But honestly, let's be honest here. He's got Brightsman to his inside. Now they go single file. And then Dan West really can't go nowhere on the offensive, Greg, because he's got Stab now pinched up in front of him going forward.
So this is kind of a race of who is going to be able to make the move on the guy in front of him as far as West and Brightsman go. As they come up here towards the finish line, going to be 2 to go. Brightsman back to the inside of West. And they're trying to reel him in. Caution!
Wow, there's a trouble. Bottom of the apron there. You saw that truck spun. Was that Harris? Winner. Caution coming out. This changes everything. They were coming to 2 to go.
Take a look at
Ritter's truck.
Green in front of him. Just scrapes the wall right in front of our camera. Gary Nichols there as well. And there you saw the leaders coming by.
What a great piece of driving by those guys, because they were literally bumping and banging for the top spot. And then they had to quickly get on defensive mode and get on the binders to miss Ritter's truck spinning down at the bottom of the apron. Wow.
Great job.
Do you pit, Greg? Do you pit? 3 to go. Do you stay out? Is it worth staying out for position, or do you pit and take on tires and give it all you got tonight?
Yeah, I would not want to be the one making that call right now.
Man, oh man.
I don't know.
That's why they keep us in the booth, right? They have other they got the other guys make those decisions. I don't know if I would come to the pits myself.
I think I would try to stay out. I think I would stay out and go for it right now.
I was there. I'm thinking the same thing here. And it is, we are going to overtime. Yeah, thank you, producer. I was going to say that. We are definitely
Looks like
going
everyone's
to
coming
overtime.
in. All right. I figured we'd see someone roll the dice, but we know someone's going to roll the dice here with 2 tires stop, and I bet you we all know who that is.
Oh, without a doubt. Keep your eye on Dan Stuzzi. He's got a 2-tire stop coming up in 78. No, it's Sean Brightsman. Watch the 46. If he goes 4 tires, I'm going to be like, wow, I'm shocked. 2 tires. They already got the jack up on the right side. Jack is down. Left side. No. Yes, he did. He took on 4.
Wow, I thought for sure he was going to take 2.
Stab now's out. He'll beat him off pit road. Here comes the cavalry.
I thought for sure Brightsman was going to do a 2-tire stop there.
And we will go into overtime because there's currently 2 laps to go. They will cycle back around and take lap number 80. We will go to overtime, the first of 3 attempts at a green-white checker. We'll set that up for you when we come back. LSR TV, Pocono, it's about to get good. Don't go nowhere.
There's a lot of esports leagues in iRacing, but there's nothing like swag. Special events, series sanctioning. The Simulation World Auto Group swag is excited for you to become a member and join our team. Weekly competition includes Stadium Super Trucks, the Outlaw Super Late Model Series, the Short Track Cup All-Star Challenge, the Winter Heat during the winter months, and so much more. Special events and venues is also throughout the year. We want you to be a part of the team. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram by looking up Swag Esports Racing and jump on board with the Shark. Big money, fun times. We want you to be a part of what is the new Simulation World Auto Group. All the details again on Swag Racing Esports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We'll see you at the virtual tracks across the world. And if not, follow broadcast coverage on LSR TV, the weekly racer in CRN Sports.
Overtime, round one. Here at Pocono, Greg Rance, Wesley Outland, Charles Wooten in the house. And the Pocono 200 going a little bit into overtime. Oh, they've waved off the restart. They've cut off the caution lights. We're going to go back to commercial break. No, I'm just playing. Okay, so here we go. Here's overtime rules. If the leader takes the white flag, race is official on the next lap. Wreckers or checkers. If they come back around, take the green before the leader takes the white flag, if there's a caution, Greg, we'll re-rack them, restack them, and we'll go again for take two. If it happens for the third time, whether the leader takes the white flag or not, whatever happens, next flag only in the race. Race is official.
2 attempts at a green-white checkered for this one, Wesley. So, stab now. Brightsman, West, your 3 amigos all day, but 4th place back in the mix, your pole sitter, Stephen O'Hare. Can he possibly steal it from these guys at the end?
And how about Tyler King? He's there.
Lights should go out on the Mustang this time.
The lights are out. Top 5 there, we just mentioned. We're working right now lap number 82. I know it says the field is frozen with 3 to go, but that's just because when they take the green, it'll be officially 2 remaining. Okay, whatever that is. They are invading us. There's the pace car. We're riding on board with the pace car. Look at that.
That's like the dream job. You just got tons of the best and fastest equipment behind you, and you're just riding along, listening to music. You got some Snoop Dogg going. You got some AC. Got some cheesecake in there with you. You're good to go.
Got some cat while you're at it?
No cats.
You let the dog stick their head out the window. You the cat's just sticking her head out the window. Got the whiskers. Got the
meowing at the crowd.
Meow.
Well, Wesley done lost it, folks.
Oh, was trying to purr, but it just ain't happening.
This is on board with the driver who's going to restart in the 7th position. Walters in the number 9. We haven't said taco wings all night, Wesley. Our producer's
Roy
been
Grundy ain't here tonight.
Yeah, our producer's been hounding us for chips and chicken wings all night, but we can't. We don't got the Taco Bell.
Yeah. We're looking for current relationships with Whataburger. If there would be one, come to the Carolinas. Greg, is there one up in Washington State where you're at?
Negative.
Man, oh, well, yeah. Here we come. Overtime, number 1. What a show it's going to be. And Stab now on the jump over the Racing Amigos of LSR. Brightsman, West, 1, 2, and 3. 2 to go. Back to turn 1. Overtime.
Can Brightsman get down to the bottom? Can West steal it from both of them? Look at the 41 of O'Hare trying to get up there now and make some noise. Ooh, Brightsman getting close to the wall again, much like the start of the race.
And here comes Stephen O'Hare. The pole truck now back in the dogfight. Here they come back into the corner. As Stab now stays on the inside. Brightsman there. O'Hare falling back to third. West to fourth. Remember, they take the white flag. Next flag ends the race here. Here they come. Truck's getting a little loose there in the back. Hold on to it, guys.
They gotta get back to the line.
Now. Whoa, he got him loose.
Here
Stab
comes
down.
Brightsman on the outside. Got the lead
He
at the line.
moved him. White flag. Could you call that bump and run, Greg? 1 to go at Pocono where we are at Bristol.
May have to. Lap traffic coming out in front of him. O'Hare taking a look to the bottom of Stab now. He wants a shot at it. Problems behind him. King gets pushed up the track. Odenbacher, they all slide up. We stay green. It's on from here. And Brightsman is scooting away up front.
Brightsman to the lead. Looking for his second win. Has not won since Vegas when the season started. And here he comes off the corner.
O'Hare,
down the back stretch.
O'Hare and Stab now battle for second. It's going to be the drag race between them, but off turn number 2, going to get the win here at Pocono. Sean Brightsman gets it done.
Second win of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series, and it's been since March. Looks like the pole truck, Stephen O'Hare, will come back and finish second. Stab now third. West is fourth. And how about this, Greg Rentz? Dennis Moore, a top 5 finish in truck number 34. Wow.
Great job, but I think we may have just had something happen at the checkered flag. Tyler King getting in a wreck at the finish line, just kind of bobbled all by himself and nosed it into the wall after the race. Tyler King in the 44. See if we can get a swag replay of that one.
Yeah, let's see if we can get a swag replay as they're coming to the checkered flag. Watch truck number 41.
It's after the finish line. You see him right there.
44, actually.
Yep, the 44 right there just snapped on him.
Oh, wow.
Almost looked like he was downshifting and it just got away from him.
Well, we do know one thing for certain. They are famous for their smash-to-pass demolition derbies on the front straightaway. And it's about to go down for real. As here comes Brightsman. Dan West Jr., you're not supposed to speed on pit road that way.
Bryson's going to get to do some burnouts first, though, as the rest of the field has got to do an entire lap at Pocono. But Brightsman...
I'm ready to see the crash. I'm ready to see.
He's doing a celebration. They're at Pocono, and they're at full speed right now. It's going to be a big one when it comes.
85
Let's keep it on this
total.
camera angle because you're going to see them come off turn 3, and you're going to hear the Jaws music as they come off.
I just. There
they are.
Here they come.
Oh, that's Paulson.
Oh, Paulson played chicken. Yeah, he said no. Sean Brightsman, stay where you're at.
There he comes, coming back.
I'm ready to see him come roaring off that turn.
And it.
Oh, well.
They're coming off turn 3 now.
Here they come. Look out. Look out. Look out. Look out. Whoa. Oh, wow. Look out. He took out the scoring pile.
Oh, he knocked him back onto the track.
Wow. Oh. There goes all the bushes and shrubs.
Our groundskeeper.
Oh, it's always fun. That's their way of celebrating. There's no retaliation. It's just,
wow.
Hey, buddy,
O'Hare made it all the way down to turn 1 on his lid after that. But Wesley, let's take him through the final results.
Yes, sir. Final results of round number 23 of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. Official results presented by SawBlade.com. Sean Brightsman picking up the victory in overtime, round 1. Stephen O'Hare, pole truck, will finish second. Jeff Stabnow will fall back to third after a bump and run. Dan West Jr., fourth, and Dennis Moore, the top 5. James Vining, good run for the Catman. He'll finish 6th. Corey Walters, 7th. John Odenbacher, 8th. Tyler King, Chris White, your top 10.
Coming home in 11th is Gary Nichols in his return to the series. And you got Tom Green and Robert Gamble, the only 13 drivers on the lead lap. Dan Lowther, first truck, 1 lap down. In 14th, Ray Fournier, Frank Harris, Stephen Paulson, last truck running. Toby Ritters, Dan Stussy, Ryan Maines, and Carl Burke, the drivers that did not finish.
Coming up, the Clan Wars Servers post-race wrap-up. We'll talk the top 3. We'll talk to a man that hasn't been to Northwest Truck Series victory lane since March the 12th. That's in the driver of Mr. Sean Breitzman. Back in a moment. LSR TV, your home for sim racing. Clan Wars Gamers hosting gamers worldwide on behalf of Live Sim Racing, the official communications partner. It's the Clan Wars post-race wrap-up on LSR TV. Let's talk to our third place man here at Pocono. Greg will grab third and second, and I'll grab the winner.
So coming home with a third place here tonight is Jeff Stabnow. And Jeff, unbelievable run for you, leading laps throughout the entire course of the race. But man, that green-white checkered, you said in the chat here before we went back live, you weren't too happy with how that one went down.
Well, a little disappointed. I mean, it was a fun race. I had a blast. I think Sean and Dan and I, for a good part of that race, we were just cutting it up with each other. And the draft is so strong here. And we really didn't have a fast short run truck, so we couldn't really get away on the short run. But we had an awesome long run truck. And just getting everybody bunched up and that cushion that we'd built up, and then having, Stefan and Tyler had a real fast short run truck. And so getting them right behind us there at the end and everybody bunched up, and then, getting out front with that draft, it just, it was not a good position to be in. So a little disappointed, but, happy for Sean to get a win here. It's been a while for him, and he's too good of a driver to go that long without a win. So, bittersweet.
Jeff, you talked for a moment there about your truck not having a lot of short run speed. We kind of saw what was going on there in qualifying. We were wondering if at the end of that qualifying run you just decided to scrap the qualifying setup and bolt the race setup on, because once you got going in the race, it looked a lot like that qualifying lap that you were actually able to nail it there and get third.
Ball set wasn't good. We didn't have one. It just focused on a nice. There's so much fall off here, and we got behind 8 ball this week. So built the set last night and was dialing it in tonight right up the race. I kind of used qualifying a little bit to get a feel for that. How loose could we be at the start? We knew the trucks just continued to tighten up. So we wanted to be as loose as we could handle it early in the race. So we just kind of played at the set there a little bit. Figured it was going to be a long run night anyway, so just kind of played with things and did some testing during the qual and reset a couple times and took advantage of that.
Well, Jeff, a third place here at Pocono tonight, and some momentum built up for Monday when the Cup Series comes back to town here. Are you excited for that?
I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure. With that, the draft package on those Cup cars and these long straights, I'm not even sure what we're going to expect there. I always like Pocono. I always do real well at Pocono. I got a lot of wins here. Probably my best track as far as wins. So yeah, I'm always happy to come here, and I'll be happy to come here in the Cup car. But it could be Calamity Central there too with all the draft and that low horsepower package.
All right, third place here tonight for Jeff Stabnow. Getting good at doing this, but I know you got the guys you want to thank, so who you got?
Oh, absolutely. We got to start off with Dan West tonight. Dan and I both were behind, so we worked on the set together last night. You probably figured out Dan, Sean, and I were all driving the same set tonight. And so Dan helped me build that. And we both put in quite a few laps last night and a late night getting that done. Walls Beard Co. been sponsored this series since day one, sponsored my truck. And big shout out to Mark Walls there, who's got a lot going on right now and can't be with us. But rumor has it he might try to make an appearance for Talladega. And then, of course, Sean Brightsman there, who puts in a ton of work, helping me, do what we do to try to put this on, and the rest of the committee too. Chris and Dan and Tom and John and Corey and Ray. Everybody puts in a lot of hours, and that's the not fun part of running the series. And then last but not least, you guys here at LSR TV are just amazing. You put on a fantastic show. We've been working with Cody for years. Greg, this is your first year working with us, but you've worked with a lot of the Northwest guys in other series. And Wesley, so happy to have you find a home here with us too, man. So big shout out to all you guys.
That's a third place. Lap sled for Jeff Stabnow. Congratulations on another podium.
I got to say something here. You totally avoided the bump and run question.
I just decided not to go there. Second place for this one was the pole sitter, Stephen O'Hare. And Stephen, you kind of got off sequence on pit road there a little bit. Was that intended for you to stay out there on that first caution, or did you kind of just expect more guys to stay out? What happened there at the start?
Yeah, the American Touch-Up, Nicole Brion Photography F-150 was quick on the short runs. I had a plan, a strategy there, and I was expecting a few more guys to stay out. So that set us back a little bit, but I knew we had a really fast short run truck. So we were doing all kinds of dances and praying that we'd get that late race caution, and so that worked out for us. I felt like on those long runs, we were probably a fourth place truck. Sean, Dan, and Jeff were light years ahead of us. I felt like, I had a pretty good gap on the rest of the field. Tyler was, of course, running the same truck and was pretty quick, but yeah, got off a little bit there, but honestly, I don't think it really would have helped with those long runs because, like I said, Sean, Dan, and Jeff, they were cruising.
So you mentioned you had the short run speed on that one. So for that green-white checker with everybody pitting and getting back on that same sequence, you had to be just licking your chops coming to that green for that one to try to make up as much ground as you could.
Yeah, that absolutely fell into our laps. So I was really excited about it. I felt like I could, maintain speed with those guys, and coming out of one, Sean kind of brushed the wall there. So I thought I'd have a little bit of a run on him, but he saved that up pretty quick. I didn't seem to affect him really at all, and he took off. And I think Jeff was talking about the draft there, and I got a run on the straightaway, the front stretch, and got underneath him. I figured it's going to be a fun drag race, and looked like a lap truck kind of threw us offline a little bit, but able to make it through there. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to hang on to it through three. I was dirt tracking it through there, and thought I'd lose too much momentum, but it was enough.
All right, well, second here tonight. Cup Series is back here on Monday. Are you going to be able to take anything from the way this race went with the second place to transfer it over to Monday to keep searching for that first Cup win of the year?
Yeah, I mean, any track time's good. There's nuances with the tracks. There's bumps in various turns. So especially, a track with the straightaways as long as they are, it's good to hit your marks and keep that momentum up. So, we got quite a few laps in tonight, so hopefully something will transfer over to Monday.
All right, second place here tonight. Who do you want to thank?
Yeah, like I said, American Touch-Up, Nicole Brion Photography, Peels, Mandarin, California Mandarins, and also just I know kind of Oregon, California, here on the Pacific Northwest, West Coast, we're, been battling a lot of wildfires. I'm down in Southern Oregon right now. So I just want to, shout out, thinking of everybody, and hope people are getting through.
Second place, Stephen O'Hare, another podium for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I believe Wesley has made his way down the victory lane for a long overdue Truck Series victory interview with Sean Breitzman.
And as he mentioned the wildfires in California, we are also mindful in the Gulf Coast and the southeast United States of the remnants of what remains of Hurricane Sally, also making its terror through the U.S. March 12th, the last time he won an event, season opener, Las Vegas Motor Speedway to start the Truck Series. And finally, 7 months later, he puts it in victory lane. Congratulations, Sean Breitzman, your second win on the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. How special was it to get it here at Pocono, especially racing with your LSR Racing Amigos?
Oh man, it's pretty special. There's nothing like dicing it up with teammates, knowing that you can race hard, and if you wreck, you're probably going to laugh and have a good time, and probably do that 2 nights later and wreck again and have some fun. So it just means a lot to get back here in Victory Lane in the Truck Series. I've seen it a bunch in the Cup Series, and I've just been struggling a lot. Jeff and Dan and even Devin, all those guys have been real fast lately in the Truck Series.
A fun race. Talk about or let us know the mindset of overtime, and that totally changed the complexion of the race. Give you a chance to get the victory, and you took advantage of it.
Overtime helped, obviously. I needed that more than anything. Dan and I started getting a little racy there, and Jeff was going to pull away. So caution set us up pretty good. I came over the team radio and said, the one thing I'm not going to do is take 2 tires here, which probably people were calling that I was going to do it, but 2 tires just wouldn't have worked out. So I kind of put my foot down and was trying to get those guys to also take 4. So. Or maybe take 2 in case they thought I was going to do the latter.
How special is it to finally get back into victory lane with this series? Definitely been a long time coming.
It's very special. The Northwest Truck Series has been running for 7 seasons. It's been sponsored by Walls Beard Co. And several other sponsors, but Walls Beard Co. has been there from just about the beginning, I'm pretty sure. So it's special. Mark Walls and everybody that started this Truck Series and what it's come to now. It's just appreciative that we have the amount of drivers, the talent of drivers, and a lot of great battles.
Sponsors, man.
I got a shout out to LSR TV for sponsoring the Toyota Tundra, Central Welding Supply, and of course the Northwest Racing Series. So thanks everybody for coming out, and we look forward to next week.
Always a fun time. Sean Breitzman back to victory lane, his second win after almost 7 months since his first victory back in March. Back to victory lane here at Pocono at the Tricky Triangle. Well, that'll wrap things up. Again, Clan War Servers is the official communications partner of Live Sim Racing. Well, partner, hopefully the cat doesn't attack you before we can sign off. What's your thoughts of tonight's race? And we get ready next for the trucks and a road course at Daytona. Something new for everybody in 2 weeks.
Looking forward to going to Daytona road course racing in a couple weeks, but it was a fun one here at Pocono tonight, and it was fun watching the Team LSR TV battle all day long. Looking forward to it, but a week off for these guys. Back at Pocono on Monday. Should be fun.
It should be a good one. And remember, Monday, Pocono for the Northwest iRacing Cup Series. Justin Prince, Greg Rentz will be in the booth. I'll be down trackside working the pit lane for that broadcast. Thank you again to Charles Wooten in the production chair, as always. Phenomenal job for Live Sim Racing. We hope you all enjoy the coverage. And again, our next broadcast will be possibly Sunday afternoon with the Swag E-Invitational, setting up the E300 coming up on September 27th. And then again, the Adrenaline iRacing League playoffs. That's all coming up on Sunday. For Greg Rentz, I'm Wesley Outland. God bless you all. Prayers to everybody fighting the wildfires in the Pacific West Coast. Those that are in our part of the country, prayers for you dealing with Hurricane Sally. Take care. Please keep on praying for America. God bless you all. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
This broadcast is the copyrighted work of LSR TV and may not be rebroadcast, retranslated, or used in any form without the express written consent of 52 Media LLC and iRacing.com Motorsports Simulations. LSR TV would like to thank you for your support, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast.